Here's a way to grow your business, and that is by using SEO-friendly blog posts, search engine optimized blog posting. Did you know that pretty much all of the content that comes up in a Google search result is blog posts? Basically, there's pages on the internet that contain information that usually answer people's questions, provide information, and today, now, even more important than ever with AI here, because now language models like ChatGPT and other AI search engines are now sourcing and referencing the blog posts and websites that it's getting information from and directly linking to those blog posts inside the AI search results. So now is even more important to have content going out on blog posts than ever. If you have your own custom GPT, this is going to be amazing for you, because now as the system in your GPT learns more and more about you, it's going to be able to create content in your voice, in your language, and only require you to do a tiny amount of tweaking and changing instead of having to write all these things from scratch. Gone are the days when, like me, I had to sit there and spend half a day to a day writing a blog post. Now this is done so much easier, and it's basically leaving just the editing to us rather than the whole content creation. So one thing you could simply do if you already have your own GPT is to simply just go into your GPT and say something like this. Taking everything you know about me, all of the information you have about me, and all of the knowledge base that you have around me, please create an SEO highly discoverable blog post on the topic of how to create a membership. So of course, you're going to want to give it whatever topic you want to create in. But if you have, for instance, a webinar recording, a workshop recording, maybe you've got a book that you've done, maybe you've written some social media content that you want to expand upon in the past. Either way, you're going to be using this to help you create that initial draft. Now, whenever I get a basic draft out, I always then go into Google Drive and create a document with my blog, because I just find it easier to then start editing and tweaking this in my own words directly in a Google Doc. It's also auto-saving, and you also have then the backup inside your Google system. This is what I do. So once I've got it from ChatGPT, I then come in and I do my personal manual editing. As you can see here, I do quite a lot of editing in mine. And FYI, I also always put this back into ChatGPT after I've edited it to say, here's my edit. Please remember this for future content creation, because the more, again, you train it on how you've changed the content, the more accurate and more like you it's going to become in future content creation. Now, assuming that you have created this, I haven't actually finished this one, but I'm going to copy and paste it all just for the sake of the demonstration here. We can use WordPress, we can use Wix, we can use Tekmatix for blogging. In this example, I'll do a demonstration in Tekmatix because this is connecting directly to your own custom domain. All of your blogs are fully indexable and searchable on Google and all other search engines, just like any other blog posting platform is. And you also can add in all of your SEO metadata, which I'm going to talk to you about in just a second as well. So you're going to come into websites and funnels, click on blogs. Now, hopefully you have already connected your domain to your Tekmatix account. If you haven't, that is part of your free onboarding call. If you haven't had that yet, if you are way past that date, then simply follow either the instructions in the knowledge base right here, or via the live chat, or if you just want somebody to do it for you, just for the sake of $50, you can actually book a call with one of our tech experts. They'll jump on a Zoom with you, take over your screen, and just get it done properly for you. When it comes to domains, I would recommend hiring a grown-up to help you with this, just to make sure that it's all being done correctly. But just FYI, you will find that on the services page on Tekmatix. Now, inside blogs, press create a blog. So the first time inside Tekmatix you ever create a blog post, you're actually going to need to create the blog first. So this is where you're basically saying to the system, I have a blog that is about X. So it could be, mine is my Sarah Cordiner blog on my Sarah Cordiner's website. That's everything that Sarah talks about. If I had two different businesses, I might create one blog that's about candle making, if I had a candle making business. And if I had, a marketing coaching business, I'd create a separate blog for the marketing coaching business. And each of those would be connected to a separate domain. So what's important to know is the blog is not the blog post. The blog is the overall blog, which will contain all of your posts about that particular thing. So I've got, for instance, one here, which is just a demo example. But what you would do to create your blog to make it exist in the first place is you would call your blog title, for instance, this is your whole blog site, right? It's not the post itself. This would be, for instance, Sarah Cordiner's blog, or it would be the Tekmatix blog, if this is where all of Tekmatix blog posts are going to go. If I was, a travel blogger, it would be, the travel bloggers blog. This here is going to be your main overarching house for all of the posts that you go on to create. So all you're going to do is choose what you want your domain to be. So for instance, it could be blog.tekmatix.com/blog. Yourwebsite.com/blog. Obviously, you're going to have different domains connected here, and you will need to perhaps get one of our Tekmatix experts to help you connect your domain or the subdomain that you want your blog to live on for the blog that you're creating. Now, when it comes to the blog meta description, this is where you're simply going to say to ChatGPT, I'm creating a blog about, and then please create a meta description that is SEO optimized, that is less than 100 characters. This is going to create the main blog house where all of your blog posts are going to live. Now, once you press save on that, it will say blog site created, and it will now show up here under all of your blog sites. So if I had a Sarah Cordiner one here connected to the Sarah Cordiner domain, that would be there. If I had the Tekmatix one connected to that Tekmatix domain, that would also be in here as well. Now, once we have created that, we click on it and go into the blog site. Now we can create the blog posts. Okay, so let's just get that differentiation in place. We've just created a site, and now we have a site. Now we can create the individual post. This is where it's going to ask us what's the title of this particular post. So I would go back to my ChatGPT or the blog post I've just written, get the title from it. Remember, you can actually say to ChatGPT, please create a highly SEO optimized blog post title that is going to attract the X type of audience. This is all here at your fingertips. You can get ChatGPT to help you with this. Then, for instance, you're going to need to put in your cover image. It tells you what size and dimensions this needs to be. You will do that inside Canva. So for instance, where it says 600 by 400 over here, you go up into Canva. By the way, you can also do this in ChatGPT. I'll show you that in a second. Let's go to the home page and custom size and type in 600 by 400, create a new design. It's now going to give you the right size for this particular design. So of course I could just come in here. I could go to maybe prefer photos. Maybe what was this about? Memberships. I don't know what is going to come up here. Let's say I like photos. All right, make that my image. Really simple. You're just going to press share and download as a PNG. Download. That will give you your image. Alternatively, you could even go into ChatGPT and say, please create an image for this blog post, 600 by 400. See what it does. Interesting. This particular image has come out as a text image, which, by the way, looks ugly, but text on images is also really good for helping Google understand what your post is about. So this can actually be a pretty smart strategy, even though it's ugly. So you can download your image there, which I've done. All right. So I'm just going to go into here. Where are we at? Sorry, back to this. I'm just going to pop in a title. Now we can change the image by uploading the image that we want to add in. I'm just going to pick that one that's just been uploaded just for the sake of example. You're going to choose that image, and there's the image in there now. Alt text for the cover image. You can also ask ChatGPT. So you can say, give me the alt text for this. Okay. And this basically just explains what the post is about. All right, so we can grab that. If it lets us put that much in, copy. Remember, ChatGPT is your friend. Post description, again, ask ChatGPT. Remember, you have character limits here. So give me a description. Give me a description for this blog that is SEO optimized and is under 250 characters. Let's get, tech to do the work for us. There we go. There is our little, oops. Sorry, it's talking to me now. Let's grab that, pop it up here, paste it in. Okay, create post. And now it's going to take us into the post builder itself. And this is where you can get creative and fun. If you know how to use a Word document, you can build in here. So in here, you might like to, for instance, upload your image in here. Of course, we've got some that we've already made, or you can use AI, or you can just upload from your own media library. So let's grab that, paste that one in. I'm just going to click past some of this stuff in her insert image. Of course, you can drag and drop these images however you want so that they show. And then, of course, paste in all of your text. So I'd paste in my blog post over here. And you can also change the titles to be headings. You can add in, let me pop in here, you can add in videos, audio files. So if I wanted to add in a video, you can either upload it from your own media library or paste in a YouTube URL here so that it actually embeds in the blog post, getting your YouTube views, more video views, and of course, people sitting on your blog longer because there's videos in there. You can also add in audio files, which you can simply upload in here. You can add in images, which we've done already. You can hyperlink things. So if you wanted to pop a link in there, hyperlink it. Highlight text, if I wanted to highlight this and make it stand out, you can. Obviously, you've got all your bullets, you've got all your usual formatting. You can upload your own fonts as well by pressing custom fonts here, uploading your own fonts to the system. Basically, absolutely anything you can do in any other blog builder, you can also do in here. Finally, you're going to press continue over here, and this is going to take you into the final metadata publishing section. Choose your slug. Choose the category that you want your blog post to be published in. And if you haven't got any yet, you can start adding categories. So for example, in my personal Sarah Cordiner blog, I've got a category for tech. I've got a category for email marketing. I've got a category for course creation. That's what we mean by categories. This puts all of your blog posts together in sections so that it's easy for people to navigate through your different topics of your posts. Keywords is very important. This is the type of keywords that people might be using in either AI search engines or Google itself. Again, you can go back to GPT and say, give me a suggestion of keywords I should use that people are likely using to search for this in Google or AI. The author is going to be yourself. If you haven't added yourself as an author yet, press that. And then you can basically choose whether you want to publish this now or choose a date and time that you want this to auto-publish itself. And there you go. That is how you create blog posts using the Tekmatix platform. The process for this is pretty much exactly the same on any other platform that you're using, but is absolutely critical for people being sent to you by search engines and by AI when people are asking them questions. If you have content, you are going to get found and you are potentially going to be referred to with an endless stream of traffic being sent to you by search engines and by AI. If you've got any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, have fun using this massive organic growth method for your business. It's a game changer. Happy teching.